Hi everybody.
I'm back.
Bit of a suntan, thought I'd better put that out there for you. Come back to the cold, quite honestly, with all the rain that's been coming. But you know, the rain's good news when you're involved in fishing, because it means you've got your rivers up, your lakes are in good shape, and we've had a real change from the way it was before I went away. So great news for our local rivers here, that we've got sea runs running up into them. The smaller rivers are in good nick as well, because there's obviously more water around, and that means that our local fishing is going really well. Remember, brown beetle time of year, so you want to get out in the evenings and go and chuck out a small dry fly on your local stream. Boy, you can do well at this particular time. The lakes are doing really well as well, and I love dry fly fishing. Great time of year as the heat gets into the sun, and there's not too many people around. You can really enjoy yourself. I tell you, you're better off to get out now. If I had a time to go fishing, I would pick this time of year ahead of anything else, simply because you just don't trip over so many people. So your favourite spot is more likely to be unoccupied, and you'll get out there and have a good time. The same rain that brought all the water around our local area here has also really looked after the canals. So the major lakes there, which were extremely low, have now raised up, which means that they're spilling water down the canals. Now, as soon as you've got flow, you've got a much better chance of catching fish, because of course egg drifting or soft bait swinging works much better when there's current. The fish has less time to see the gear, and you're covering more of them the faster that it moves, so your results will be better. And it's surprising, you know, because it's been so tough for so long, there's not that many people down there. I suppose having put that out there, it's going to be busy from here on in, but well worth the effort. Get yourself down there. The fish are in great nick. You don't want to be up where the spawning fish are this time of year. You want to be down where they're feeding up and getting ready for next spawning. Remember, get in early before main summer comes. Once the water temperature gets too high, maybe 17, 18 or 19 degrees, the fish get pretty lethargic. So it is a good time to be there if you possibly can. Well, we're coming to the end of the whitebait season, and it's been a good one, despite all the people who said that it wasn't going to be that way. And I was out there the last week and saw a lot of bait still being caught. Most people, when you talk to them about how many bait are being caught, tend to underestimate how many they're actually catching. My observation was they were doing extremely well. So get out there for that last weekend on the east coast of the South Island, and you'll have a good time. Surf casting, well, it's been going well. A couple of my mates who are right into it have been doing extremely well on rig, and the ellies are starting to come in. Definitely the rig fishing has been better than the ellies, but hey, get yourself out there. They will come on, and of course, great eating. They bite well too. Definitely worth the effort to get out there. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about salmon, because this is sort of like the critical time. This is when we stick the auger in and just see what the season's going to be like. We've had so much water down the rivers that it's going to be sucking whatever salmon are there into those lower reaches. So watch out for when the waters drop low enough that they can actually see your gear, and we'll see how good it's going to be. Remember, the early season fish over the last few years have been the best fish that have come in for the whole season. So get into that early run if you are a keen salmon fisherman. Don't think, oh, I'll wait till February, which was traditionally the best time. My mates who do really well at salmon fishing are out there end of November and into December. That is a very good run to fish. They also tend to be in better condition, and they bite well, and you're competing with fewer people. So get out there and tell us, of course, how good it is, so that we can tell everybody else to make the place nice and crowded. Well, the other thing that's important, of course, is that we're getting closer to the summer season where water temperatures start to increase. I was interested to hear the scientists say the other day that they felt that the water temperature in the Tasman was 3 degrees above normal for this time of year.
Yes, science!
And it looked like we were going to have a similar situation to last year, where we had our kingfish coming right down around the coast. To me, that's fantastic news. If you've ever been out there catching kingies, you'll know they are definitely worth the effort. And of course, we do a lot of kingfish fishing up around Collingwood, where we catch them on flies. But if you want to come out around the Banks Peninsula, I would think in the next 3 weeks or so, you will end up seeing the first ones caught. And of course, that season runs right through till the end of March. Just as a tool to know what's going on, remember they need at least 16 degrees Celsius water temperature in order to function. But we get hold of something which is called a sea surface temperature chart, which can be got off the internet. So if you just type in SST chart, you'll come up with something that looks like this, if you can see over into the back here, and that's telling you what the temperature is. It tells you the surface temperature of the water, and it gives you an idea of where the fish are going to be, because they move with that surface temperature. Looking forward to the Carway coming back into the Waimak. I know that when I was away before this rain came, the fishing was fantastic, and you have magnificent fun when you take the light gear out on them, and I know more and more people are also catching them on a fly. Well, I hope that gives you an inspiration to get out over the next wee while. I know that I'm going to be getting out there when I can finally get away from work, and it's really a priority for me to get out there and do some of this wonderful stuff. Come in and see us if you want to get more information. Remember, we're at 484 Cranford Street, and we're online, completeangler.co.nz. Love to see you there.